walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! And let's go to the house! And let's go to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We made it. And let's go to the house. And let's go to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up your chin strap. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from them. He's a man. They can be hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We made it. And let's go to the house. And let's go to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
No, this game ain't over. It's just getting started right here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV. If you got a Roku streaming device, just download BS3 TV, and you will be glad you did. All right, y'all. Before I say anything, let me adjust my camera real quick so you see what I'm on today. Vote like we've never voted before. Today is the day. If you did not vote early, today is the day. All across the nation, today is the day for you to get out and vote. Vote. I know how I want you to vote, but I'm not going to tell you how to vote. I'm just going to encourage you to get out and exercise your right to vote. And for all of those who are saying that your vote doesn't count, listen to me. Stop that nonsense. Stop it. I don't care who you saw on YouTube. I don't care who sent you a video and who took you back to the history of our origins and what have you. All I know is our ancestors died for this right. There's no disputing that. Our ancestors were killed, hung, lynched, intimidated, all of that to stop us from voting. We've seen recently laws that were enacted over false evidence appearing real to try to stop us from vote, or at least make it harder for us to vote. Get out and vote. There's something, maybe there's something that they know that you don't know. Go out and vote. Go out and vote. Go out and vote. Vote your conscience. Vote who for you want to vote for, but go on and vote. In Texas, in Harris County, I can tell you that there's no one button that allows you to vote all Democrat or all Republican. You got to go down the entire ballot and click on each and every race in order to cast your vote for that respective candidate. So if you have not voted yet, that might be a change that you're not used to. You cannot click one button to vote for an all party. You got to go down the entire ballot and click on every single race. They behave. I just got in here. I've been gone for a little bit. So anyway, vote. Did I say vote? Did I say vote? Did I mention voting? All right, we'll get out and vote. All right. It is Talk Your Team Tuesday, and man, what can you say about those Houston Astros? Level up, Astros, level up. They got it done on Saturday. They were down 1-0 early, but they did what the Astros do. They did not panic. They stayed in there, got men on base, and allowed allowed Yordan Alvarez to come up and do what he yanked it out of the yard. 3-run homer, Astros up 3-1. They added another insurance run and ended up getting the win 4-1 in Game 6 and took the series 4-2 over a very game Philadelphia Phillies team. Congratulations to them. But Astros, big job. Big win, great job. Big win, great job. It's exciting around here. Yesterday, they had about 1.5 million folks in downtown Houston for the celebration parade. That's right. Astros didn't play with it. They had all the things in the works already just in case, and it worked out for them. So they won it on Saturday. They celebrated yesterday, and now all eyes are on the owner of the team. The owner of the team. What you gonna do? Are you going to give Dusty the extension he deserves? Dusty says he wants to come back. There's no more questions about, are you going to give him the extension he deserves? Because I'm telling you now, if you lose Dusty just because he made it look easy, does not mean that it is. So here we go. We're going to see what happens now. But right now, congratulations, Astros, for all those who talked about 2017 and cheating and everything. What you got to say now? What's your excuse now? I know some of the Philly fans were claiming that Framber Valdez was cheating. He was wiping stuff off of his palm, off of his head, and off of his ear, and all this kind of stuff. All I know is y'all couldn't hit him a lot. You could not hit him a lot. And y'all must have been stealing signs or wiping stuff on your hands a couple of times in the series as well. You don't get it both ways. If you knew Dusty Baker, first of all, you would know ain't no such thing as cheating under him. That's first thing. Second off, this team had something to prove, not try to come up with a better way to cheat. So all I'm telling you is this one's all Astros. You can complain if you want. You can say what you want, but they had better hitting, they had better pitching, and they had better defense when it counted. Ask Kyle Tucker and ask Trey Mancini with the big plays that they made during this series and got the Astros to win 4-2 over the Philadelphia Phillies. And once again, the Astros are the World Series champs. So again, two-time World Series champs. So congratulations to them. And literally, congratulations, Dusty Baker. Congratulations to one of the best managers to ever do the doggone thing. He will now go in to baseball's Hall of Fame as a World Series championship manager, in addition to a great player and all that. Dusty Baker is the dog, man. Dusty Baker, and just as humble as the day long. When they tried to give him all the accolades and all the attention, Dusty threw it right back on the stick. Excuse me, best team that I've ever managed. And he can say that because this is one of the best teams that he's ever managed. And again, congratulations to him. Not many people happier for Dusty Baker than me. I mean that. Very happy for Dusty. Man who's been here decade after decade after decade, finally got his World Series championship as a manager. So congratulations to Dusty. Congratulations to the Astros. Mr. Crane, what you gonna do? In fact, there are three areas, well, I'll call them four areas that the Astros keep an eye on this offseason. The manager spot. Is Jim Crane going to extend Dusty, bring him back for at least a season, if not more? That's number one. Number two, Justin Verlander. What are they going to do? Number three, Yuli Gurriel. That's why I had him on my brain earlier. I was just on another station, KYOK. They had me call in and do a Astros and Texans update today. And I said, pay attention to Yuli Gurriel. See if they bring him back. Yuli's 38. About to be 39. See if they bring him back. And then number four is the catcher position. Dusty, Justin, Yuli, and the catcher position. And if we want to round it out and make it an even 5, see what they do with that bullpen. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to come shopping in the Astros bullpen. Lot of people that's going to come shopping in the Astros bullpen. So we'll see. We'll see. If they work it out, got a chance to make it 5 appearances in the World Series out of the last 7. Let that sink in for a second. All right, y'all, let me take a break, take my first break. We'll come back. Talk your team Tuesday. What you got to say about your team? You can hit me up, 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. Or you can email me, aj@jonesmediaandent.com, aj@jonesmediaandent.com. Or you can text me, 832-403-5005, 832-403-5005. Here go a commercial.
Alicia.
You can't hold somebody to that standard if you haven't voiced what you want and what you're needing from that.
Mika.
If you're not communicating expectations, you're waiting for your feelings to be hurt.
Nicole.
Yeah. A lot of people don't want to take the time out to be alone and to get themselves together.
Ivan.
You got to be willing to work through stuff. And from the jump street, y'all done had problems. Maybe you don't need to be working through those.
BS3 Network proudly presents Queen 3 and King podcast. Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central. This is a BS3 Network presentation. Politics.
They'll write the law, but they'll enforce it differently. Is that going to apply both ways?
Religion.
God never said that we can't reason together. Matter of fact, he said, let us sit and reason together.
Relationship.
I believe that everybody wants and needs somebody.
From a man's perspective.
They say, girls, if I put some polish on that and get him to buy some different clothes, girl, he could be a winner chicken dinner.
Join the thought engineer.
There's nothing wrong with me developing my piece and you developing your piece, but understand the goal is to come together.
And comedian John Yogi.
Negro, I don't need you putting on no chapstick up there in the pulpit. You do that over there in your chair.
Get ready for
Monday.
Live every Monday at 7 p.m. Central. There's a 100% chance of a laugh thunderstorm. 4 men with different viewpoints take a movie, show, or documentary and review it uncensored, unfiltered, uncompromised, with no holds barred. Join BS3, Wilkes, King Doc, and H-Rap B as they take on Hollywood their own way. BS3 Network proudly presents The Forecast, where H-Rap B always predicts,
if I owe you something, I ain't got it. And if you need it, get it from God.
live every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
All right, y'all. Had to take care of a little business during the commercial break, but I'm back. Again, get out and vote today. Get out and vote today. If you did not early vote, get out and vote today. Today is the last day you can vote. Don't let anybody turn you away at the polls. If they got a problem with something that you have, ask for a provisional ballot. Ask for a provisional ballot. Cast your vote. Don't let them turn you away. Don't let them send you somewhere else. You want a provisional ballot, cast your vote. There are numbers out there. If you have voting problems, if you have any kind of intimidation, any kind of stuff, there's people out there who can help you. All right. All right. And if you need rides to the polls, there are people out there that can help you do that too. I'm one of them. So they'll just have to arrest me. But I'm dropping all my grannies, aunties, nanas, parents off at the voting poll, and I'm gonna sit there outside and wait for them to come back out. So there it is. There it is. Try to play games with us. Listen, we know how to adapt. Donna Coleman Holman, don't we? Donna said it best. If I don't say nothing else today, Donna Coleman Holman said it best. Vote. All right. Talk Your Team Tuesday. Talk Your Team Tuesday. We talked about the Astros, best team in baseball. Of late, 4 out of 6 World Series, 2 championships. Astros is where it's at right now. I like it. They got a chance to go back and do another one too, if they do the right thing with Dusty Baker, Justin Verlander, Yuli Gurriel, and the catcher spot. And then again, the bullpen. All right, now let's talk NFL football. Man, there were some surprises on Sunday. Who are these New York Jets? What has Robert Saleh come up with? What in the world? And I'm not a Zach Wilson fan, but he did just enough to beat the best team in the NFL, the Buffalo Bills. And oh yeah, by the way, if you look in the division, Buffalo has lost 2 games in the division. They lost one to Miami, and they now lost another one to the New York Jets. So, man, what a win. Nothing but credit. That defense did more than enough to frustrate Josh Allen, to keep everybody in check, and that offense made enough plays running the ball to get the win, man. I gotta tip my hat to the to the New York Jets, man. I was really impressed with that one. In fact, I was even more impressed that some of the people in our lunch break weekly Keeping Up with the Joneses Pick'em Challenge had the Jets over the Buffalo Bills. We had 123 entries this time around. 123 entries. And let me look. We had 3 people out of 123 entries. We had 3 people that had the Jets over Buffalo. 3. The other one I'm surprised that folks had was Detroit over Green Bay. We had, out of 123, we had 6 people that had Detroit over Green Bay. And man, I'm really surprised about that. I am really surprised about that. So congratulations. Donna, we ain't nobody talking about this. Ain't nobody talking about it. We wasn't on that. Don't be trying to rub it in on my team. Yeah, the Saints are not who many of us thought they would be. I said coming into the season, my question mark is this. It's very simple. How are they going to replace Sean Payton as a play caller? Not as a head coach. But as a play caller. And to answer the question, how many games in week 9? They haven't. And I don't think they're going to. Andy Dalton is not it. Andy Dalton is not the answer. Whether Jameis Winston is or not, Andy Dalton is definitely not. I think Jameis Winston should be starting right now, but they're going with Andy Dalton. He's not the answer. Andy Dalton is a backup quarterback at best. So more than anything, the Saints need to, A, make a wise decision on what to do with play calling for the rest of the year and next year, because they don't have a fraction of what they had in Sean Payton. And they've got the talent. I don't want to hear that they don't have the talent, because they got it on offense. They got it on defense. They've got the talent. They just don't have what they had with Sean Payton. And Dennis Allen, man, again, as I was saying about Jim Crane and Dusty Baker, just because Dusty makes it look easy doesn't mean that it is. So you can't just plug somebody in there and expect to get the same result that you got out of Dusty Baker and out of A.J. Hinch. I'll give him credit. Dennis Allen is learning that you ain't no Sean Payton, dog. No, you're not a Sean Payton. Might be a good head coach. Not mad he got his second chance, but still not in the same category as a Sean Payton. So the defense is suffering because he's having to do all the things that he's having to do as a head coach. I tell young ministers this all the time. It's one thing to get a sermon together every now and then. It's another thing when you got to manage the budget, you got to manage the building, you got to manage the employees, you got to manage the payroll, you got to manage, the administrative stuff, and you got to get a sermon ready, add a Bible study. It's one thing to get it every now and then. It's another thing to run it 24/7. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying there's some of these young head coaches that are finding out the hard way. Just because the guy before them made it look easy doesn't mean that it was. This New Orleans Saints is not who I thought they were. Might they go on a run? Absolutely. They might, but I doubt it. Not with Andy Dalton as their quarterback. Donna Coleman-Holmes she's on a roll today. She's right on. Andy is not the answer. Period. Point blank in the discussion. Big win for Baltimore last night. They remained in first place in the AFC North over Cincinnati, over Cleveland, and definitely over Pittsburgh, man. It's bleak in Pittsburgh right now. Bleak. We'll see what they look like when they come off the bye. All right, let me take a break. I'll come back and get on a couple more of these games right here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on ROKU TV, courtesy of BS3 TV.
If you're looking for a sports program that gives you the flavor.
Washington Commanders? Really?
This whole thing stinks to high heaven.
That pulls no punches.
Thuggish act by a thuggish actor.
That gives you some humor.
Praise everything LeBron does and never criticize it.
If you want a show that gives you good times, then this is that show. BS3 Network proudly presents.
I am Cole Johnson, and welcome to
Cole Sports with a Z. Every Friday on Patreon and every Saturday on YouTube, Spreaker, and all other outlets.
Man, there's just brilliant people out there, and that's one of them right there. Cole Johnson is a unadulterated genius in my Gunna Man voice from New Jack City. Yeah, unadulterated genius. Yeah. So anyway, y'all be sure to check out Cole Sports on Roku TV. He's part of the BS3 family, and I am glad to call him my brother. Gonna have him on the show here if my mind will quit failing me and I can remember to invite him. All right, so it's Talk Your Team Tuesday. Let me run down the list real quick. Cowboy fans, y'all can talk all you want, but the best team in the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles, and they came in here Thursday night in Houston and ended up pulling away from the Texans 29-17. Jalen Hurts, man, again, you say what you want to say about the brother, what he can't do, what he needs to do, and all this other stuff. He's just winning. And that's what I've said about him all along. On every level, all he's done is led his team to victories, and he's still doing that. Boy, I wish the Texans had made more of a push to get him in Houston when they were trying to shop Deshaun Watson. That would have been the answer to the problem right there. So, again, we'll see how things work out, but I'm not saying that they're going to go undefeated. I just don't know about that. Nobody has done that since the Patriots finished the regular season undefeated and the Miami Dolphins finished the entire season, including Super Bowl championship, undefeated in the early 70s. So, again, man, I just got to give it to the Philadelphia Eagles. They are the best team in the NFC, bar none. So, they still get it done. Another game that I was kind of surprised at, I can't believe I haven't talked about this yet. A very good game between the Chiefs and the Titans. Kansas City showing everybody, they're going to lose a game or two, but in the end, they will be there. They will be there in the end. They are now one game behind the Buffalo Bills for the number one seed in the AFC, and they're ahead of the pack, if you will, in the AFC West. But Kansas City did their thing. Tennessee hung in there with a rookie quarterback who you can see he's still learning, he's still trying to process and all that. But, again, Kansas City did enough to get the win. Tennessee is a very good team. They're going to be there in the end. I'd love to see Malik Willis get his shot, but right now it's still Ryan Tannehill's team. It's still Ryan Tannehill's team, except for injury. He would be in there. And, again, that might be a different outcome if Ryan Tannehill's there. But right now it was Kansas City's win. Then Green Bay and Detroit. Good God Almighty. Green Bay and Detroit. I'll ask the question since ain't nobody else. What the heck is wrong with Green Bay? What is wrong with Drama King's team up there in Wisconsin? All that offseason drama last year, all that immunized and not vaccinated, and look at my big toe, and you people don't like me. My real friends would be here supporting me, and all into his far right extreme nonsense. Bruh, you gonna win another football game or what? And by the way, you can't blame other people when you out there throwing not one, not two, but 3 interceptions. Dude, I got no empathy or sympathy. I ain't sad for nobody up there. I'm not. Mr. Janitor, concession stand people, all the security guards, parking attendants. I love y'all because we're supposed to love one another. But I'm sorry. That dude right there made it bad for everybody up there. For me. I know I'm supposed to be an independent, non-biased journalist or whatever, but forget that. Lose them all, dog. Lose them all. Lose them. Be the starting quarterback when y'all lose them all. I'll be happy. Aaron Rodgers is needing some love personally. No, because look, I'm not even surprised he can't keep a girlfriend. I'm not surprised he can't keep a girlfriend. I'm not surprised he's having all this drama in his life. He needs Jesus. That's what he needs. He needs Jesus for not the Republican Jesus. He needs Jesus. He needs Jesus so bad, Doc. He need to go Tim Tebow, full Tim Tebow. He need to pray after every touchdown. He need to pray before the games. He needs to pray after every kickoff. He needs to pray after every punt. He needs to pray before he gets him some Gatorade. The boy needs Jesus. Remember when he talked bad about Russell Wilson when they came from behind and beat Green Bay? And he said, well, I don't think Jesus has anything to do with the football. You need Jesus, dog. You need Jesus in your life. Yes, sir. You sure do. I don't care if he's black, green, or brown. He needs Jesus. He don't need the political Jesus. He don't need the evangelical Jesus. He needs Jesus. John 3:16, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son for you, Aaron, that whosoever, including you, believeth in him shall have eternal life. He didn't send his son to condemn you. He sent his son to save you. You need salvation, dog. You do. You do. Y'all say what you want to say. I got to take a break. I got to take my bottom of the hour. Is there one? Aaron, it come unto Jesus while you. I ain't even trying to sing right. Halftime, boy. You need Jesus, dog. You need Jesus. I'll be right back. I'll be right back right after this on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of these folks right here.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
I'm gonna need the ushers to come and give Brother Rogers give him a membership card, give him a visitor card, get his information so we can follow up with him and help him walk out this new salvation that he has received here today. It's his to offer, it's ours to accept, and Brother Rogers has accepted. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. He needed bad, Doc. He needs it bad. I mean, he needs it bad. I was so happy for Tom Brady. I was so happy. I wasn't mad at the Rams, but man, Tom Brady, I really felt like he was gonna need some prayer and supplication if they lost another one, man. He was happy like a little kid. Boy, I've been through some things. You know, I'm gonna stay out of his personal business. I get in Aaron Rodgers, but I'm gonna stay out of his personal business. Sermon pick right up. Turn to the book of Aaron. I'm gonna leave you alone, man. I'm gonna leave you alone, Donna. Listen, man, Tom Brady, boy, he found a way. He found a way. Couldn't run the ball. They could not run the ball to save their lives. And it wasn't because the Rams defense was so good. That running game in Tampa Bay is horrible. That running game in Tampa Bay is horrible. They ran the ball 20 times for 50 yards, 51 yards, 2.6 yards a carry. That's not even the old Woody Hayes 3 yards and a cloud of dust. That offensive line, my goodness. As my colleague Pat Creighton would say, like 5 parked cars or 5 trash cans out there, just offensive line just struggling. So, but Tom Brady found a way to get the win. He didn't play exceptionally well. Threw the ball 58 times. You got to do that when you can't run the ball. Completed 36 of them for only 280 yards. You throw the ball 58 times, you ought to be in the 300, 400 range. 4.8 yards, 1 touchdown, no INT, got the win. Helped them get the win 16-13 over the Rams. So now they are still trying to keep pace with the Atlanta Falcons. Let me look at the standings now. NFC South. The Buccaneers are in first place, I guess by virtue of what, tiebreaker? Buccaneers are first at 4-5. Falcons are at 4-5. Saints 3-6. They ain't out of it. And Carolina's not out of it at 2-7. That's crazy. That is crazy to me, man. That is crazy to me. So yeah, Tampa Bay with that win and Atlanta having a close loss got back in the playoff discussion. Keith Hennig, I think he's out today, but I mean, I want to know, Tampa Bay fans, if y'all get into the playoffs at 9-8 or 8-9, are you still good? Are you okay? I mean, again, I feel like Todd Bowles is finding out that just because Bruce Arians made it look easy does not mean it is. And this is not the same as coaching the New York Jets back in the day. He's got a learning curve he's got to get back over. He's got to figure out what to do with this team. So him and the general manager got to figure this out. But if Tampa Bay fans, if y'all get in at 9-8, 8-9, are you okay with that? Are you okay with that? All right, let me get back to some of the scores of these games. Man, I said I was real happy for Tom Brady. Good Lord. I cannot be happier for Geno Smith. Geno Smith is out there having fun. Geno Smith is out there having fun like he's just hanging out with his best friends and they just playing ball. I am so happy. That statement that he made, hey, they wrote me off. I didn't write back, though. I didn't write back. That's huge. That is huge. He just waited his time, and now he's out dueling dudes out there. He is making plays out there like crazy. The Seattle Seahawks are surprisingly winning the NFC West. I thought it was going to be the Rams. I thought it was going to be the 49ers. No, y'all. It's the Seattle Seahawks. And Geno Smith, 26 for 34, 275, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. And even with the pick, he said, you just got to have a short memory. I couldn't get the pick back, so I just had to play better next time around. I love it. I love what they are doing in Seattle. They're 6-3. And watch this. Todd ain't on here, but I can be happy for what Geno Smith is doing without tearing down Russell Wilson. Like, Geno Smith is playing well because he's Geno Smith. He's not playing well because Russell Wilson lost a step or wasn't as good as he used to be. Geno Smith got his chance, and he ain't worrying about nobody. He's just balling. So, Seattle Seahawks fans, congratulations. I, for one, counted y'all out at the beginning of the year. I'm glad y'all didn't write back. I'm glad y'all did not write back. So, big win over there. How much longer do you give Cliff Kingsbury? Arizona fans, how much longer do you give Cliff Kingsbury with what he's doing right now? They're 3-6 and they look horrible. They're 3-6 and they're wasting talent. They're 3-6 and they're arguing on the sideline. How long before you say, "Hey, Cliff, thanks, but we're gonna go in a different direction"? I'm just curious because, man, I don't see that getting better. I don't see them going on a run that just, flips the script on the standings. In fact, let me look at the rest of Carolina's season. They go to the Rams this Sunday. After that, they host the 49ers. After that, they host the Chargers. They're on the bye week. And then they host the New England Patriots. They go to Denver. They host the Buccaneers. They visit the Falcons, and they visit the 49ers. There's a lot of L's on that schedule left. A lot of L's left on, not just one or two. I don't see them going on a phenomenal run by any stretch of the imagination. How long do you give Cliff Kingsbury? Is it finally his time to be shown the door? 832-403-5005, 832-403-5005. If you want to talk your team, you can text me 832-403-5005 or email me aj@jonesmediaandent.com, aj@jonesmediaandent.com. All right, that's that game. Are the Vikings for real? Are the Minnesota Vikings for real? They came from behind and won that one in Washington on the road, and they are 7-1. The only team better than them in the NFL right now, the Philadelphia Eagles. The Vikings that good? Your boy Kirk Cousins seems to be getting it done. Kirk Cousins, 22 for 40, 265, 2 touchdowns, 1 INT. Dalvin Cook didn't have a big day, 17 for 47, and caught 2 balls for 9 yards and a touchdown. That was a key touchdown. They didn't run it well at all. 22 carries, 56 yards, 2.5 yards per carry, but they found a way to get a win. BS3, Ben Sutter III says Cliff is on a short lease, 27-30-1 record, and hasn't won anything significant. I've been saying it. But, there's something going on in that front office in Arizona. Patrick Peterson tried to tell us, but nobody was listening. They thought he was a disgruntled former employee. There's something going on with that front office, and they really like Cliff Kingsbury. But I'm going to tell you, that's probably going to be the proverbial death of them if they stick with Cliff Kingsbury too much longer. Let me take a break, and then we'll wrap that up, and then we got to talk some college football as well. I guess Tennessee wasn't who I thought they were. Before I do that, let me give you my quarterback power rankings when we come back right after this on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV. We'll be right back, y'all, right after this.
Discouragement, sorrow, distance. Your arguments cause damage to your family. The hurt leads to divorce. You feel like there is nowhere else to turn. But there is hope for you. That's where we come into play. There is an overcomer that lives inside of you. One ready to take on the world as you leap for joy, living in victory. you'll grow to love yourself and others. There's life after divorce, and you can claim it today. Get Over Divorce, where your new story begins here every Thursday on YouTube and Spreaker.
All right, y'all. Hey, listen, man. Again, another great show right there on the BS3 network. You got a BS3 Roku streaming device. Just download BS3 TV. And, man, I'm trying to tell you, there are life stories, life situations, life helps, if you will. There's entertainment. There's social stuff. There's spiritual stuff. It's all there right there on BS3 TV, changing the way you watch TV. All right, let me change the way you think about these quarterbacks. Let me give you the lunch break power rankings for week number 9. Here we go. Here we go. At number one, it is none other than Tua Tagovailoa. Tua got another win on for the Miami Dolphins. In fact, what are the Dolphins doing in the standings? Let me see what the Dolphins are doing in the standings right now. Your Miami Dolphins are in the number 6 spot in the playoff race. So they are the second wild card team at 6-3, trailing the Bills, who they have a win over at 6-2. So Tua Tagovailoa, 115.9 passer rating and a 70% completion rate. Everybody said he wasn't as good as that, and he wasn't going to be anything with the added weapons that they got down there in Miami. Best passing quarterback this week. Number 2, Channel View's own Jalen Hurts came in here and did the Texans wrong. 107.8 passer rating, completing 68% of his pass. Oh, you can't teach accuracy. Jalen Hurts is not accurate from the pocket. Stop. Listen, the man can play. His team's undefeated. Leave it alone. And there's that young man that I said is having fun. I'm so happy for him, man. I'm telling you, he looks happy. He's playing happy. His team is doing well. It don't get any better than number 3, Geno Smith, 107.2 passer rating, completing not 69, not 70, not 71 or 72, 73% of his passes. Well, them dumb jokes now that y'all were telling when he was in with the Jets. Where are those dumb jokes now? Because they just dumb, and that man is balling. So there you go. At number 4, the man who's probably the front runner to win the MVP award this season is Patrick Mahomes. Again, found a way to do it. Did a lot with his legs this past weekend. 103.6 passer rating and a 66% completion rate. At number 5, it is none other than Joe Cool Burrow. He got to win. They got to win. Joe Burrow, 102.6 passer rating, 70% completion of his passes. You know, he's always been an accurate passer. Always been an accurate passer. At number 6, the man that just won't go away. They suffered a loss, but he still tried to get it done. Josh Allen, 99.2 passer rating, 64% completion rate. And at number 7, mama, there go that man. Mama, there go that man. It's going to cost the Baltimore Ravens a lot to keep that man under contract, but they need to pay every dime of it. He did it from the pocket. He did it with his legs yesterday. In fact, he ran, and I had a feeling that they were going to run him quite a bit, just based on what Fields did. What Fields did, I figured the Baltimore was going to try and run Lamar Jackson a little bit more. Lamar Jackson ran the ball 11 times for 82 yards. That's a lot. As a team, they ran it 40 times for 188 yards, 4.7 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns, and a lot of that started with that man right there. Still, 93.6 passer rating, 62% completion rate. Lamar Jackson getting it done. At number 8, he's on the stat line. He's on the stat line, Andy Dalton, but they're not going to win with him. 93.4, 65% completion rate. All right, at number 9, Jared Goff. Big win over the Green Bay Packers. That's all that matters. Forget the stats. He got the dub over Green Bay. Congratulations, Jared Goff. At number 10, Mr. Cool Cat, Justin Herbert, 90.6 passer rating, 66% completion rate. And again, they got a dub as well. At number 11, I'm telling you, he was praying for it, and a lot of people were praying with him. Tom Brady at number 11, 90.5, 65% passer rating. And Donna Coleman-Holman, there go your mans. There go your mans. Number 12, Dak Prescott. Now, he ain't Cooper Rush. He just Dak, 90.1 passer rating, 68% completion rate. All right, and then at number 13, Marcus Mariota. Kind of happy for him, too. You know, they almost pulled it out. Chargers came back and got the win. Marcus Mariota, 90% passer rating, 62% completion rate. I hope they stick with Marcus, give him a shot to grow into that position. At number 14, Kirk Cousins, 89.5 passer rate, 65%, but this team is 7-1. And at number 15, it's who cares. It's who cares. It is who cares at number 15. So again, those are the lunch break power rankings for quarterbacks. AJ, where do you get your QB ratings? ESPN said Aaron Rodgers is 3 of 4. I don't fool with that. I use actual stats and metrics. ESPN came up with their own metric called QBR. And as a mathematician, 2 degrees in math, it's nonsense. It's nonsense. I use what has been used for decades before they got QBR, passer rating and completion percentage, and that's where I get mine. And it's a fairer picture of how somebody played in a given week than just keep throwing Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, those guys up 1, 2, and 3, 3 or 4, that kind of thing. So no, you see who's number one on mine. You see who's number one on mine. And that's a fair assessment. Tua Tagovailoa would never get any love from ESPN or CBS, Pete Prisco and those guys. He'd never get any love from them. Jalen Hurts wouldn't. Geno Smith, Pat Mahomes would. Pat Mahomes would. But Joe Burrow, a little bit. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, they'd never get any love. Look, I'm not a fan of Andy Dalton, but when I go by just the metrics of passer rating and completion percentage, he's in the top 10 from this past week. So, yeah, that's where I get mine. That's where I get mine from. Yep. And again, it's not subjective. It's just the stats. The stats don't lie. The interpretation of the stats is where the lie comes in. That's where the lie comes in. All right. Want to talk college football real quick before I wrap this thing up. TSU tried to keep it close. But too much Jackson State. Let me tell you. So at the half, it was 21-7. Texas Southern scored, and it was 21-14. And then Jackson State put up 20 unanswered points. 41-14 final score. 41-14 final score. Jackson State improves to 9-0. TSU falls to 4-5 on the season. All right. Other games around the SWAC. Mississippi Valley got their first conference win by beating Alabama A&M, surprisingly, 30-20 at home. Alcorn jumped off the mat and beat a pretty good Prairie View team in Prairie View, 23-16. Grambling got another win for Hugh Jackson. They beat Pine Bluff, who's struggling, man. Y'all need to hire Johnny Cole, Arkansas Pine Bluff. Y'all need to hire Coach Johnny Cole. You do. You just do. You'll have a shot if you hire Johnny Cole. 36-10, Grambling there. Alabama State still rolling. 6-3 on the season. They beat Bethune 37-22. FAMU beat Southern 30-16. And we already talked about Jackson State. Let me give you my SWAC power rankings real quick. SWAC power rankings real quick. No change at the very top. No change at the very top. Jackson State, number 1. Number 2, FAMU. Number 3, Alabama State. I got to keep them at that number 3 spot because they have they've just had a better record in conference and out of conference than, say, Prairie View, who is also 4-2. I got Prairie View at number 4. Texas Southern, I got to give them credit. They are probably the best 3-3 team in the SWAC. They're at number 5. At number 6, Southern at 3-3. They've had an up and down year. At number 7, Alabama A&M, ugly loss this weekend. Alcorn with a nice win over Prairie View, but I'm not putting them at 3-3 over a 4-2 Prairie View team. At number 9, Bethune, 2-4. Number 10, Grambling. These are in conference now, 2-4. Valley got their first in conference win at 1-5, and Pine Bluff 0-6. Pine Bluff 0-6. So there you go. There you go. All right. Let's talk about the top 25 real quick. Let's talk about the top 25 because I thought that Georgia-Tennessee game was going to be something. It wasn't. It was all Georgia is what it was. Tennessee got exposed, man. Georgia is the best team in the country. Tennessee is still top 5, in my opinion. They'll probably be number 4 after tonight, but they're still top 5. Georgia 27-13 over Tennessee. How about those Fighting Irish of Notre Dame? They didn't just get by Clemson. They beat the snot out of Clemson. They dog-walked Clemson, number 4 team in the country. Beat them 35-14. And for everybody who was ready to run Marcus Freeman out of South Bend, hold on. Slow it down a little bit. The man knows what he's doing. Just had to get some things in place. They're going to be good for a while as long as Marcus Freeman is there. Big win over Dabo Swinney. Big win over Dabo. And he had the guy in there he wanted at quarterback. He had his running back, had his wide receivers, had his offensive line and defense. So I don't want to hear any excuses. Clemson, you got dog walked by Notre Dame. Big win. Oh, what's going on in Bama? Hello. What's going on down there in Tuscaloosa? Have they lost? How many games in a row have they lost? Hold on. Let me check. I got to check. Hold on. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Hold on. Let me look. Alabama schedule. Oh, okay. They lost to Tennessee, but they beat Mississippi State last. I thought it was 2 in a row. My bad. But it's 2 out of 3. And oh, there's trouble in paradise. Your coach down there don't want to say anything bad about the offensive coordinator and his play calling down the stretch. Nick, show boy, you should have got him out of there and got him into a coaching position, and you wouldn't be talking about him right now. But Nick Saban, and you know him. Listen, we knew him around here. We don't even want to say his name, but you got what you paid for. So Alabama is out of. They will not be a 2-loss team in the college football playoff, and Clemson is probably out of the discussion for the college football playoff, and nobody's happier than this guy. No Alabama, no Clemson. I'll take Georgia and Tennessee and the Ohio State. I sure will. I sure will. Don't say his name, Donna. I got to block you. I got to block. We ain't saying that name down here. That man has set this pro team back 5 years with his shenanigans. And now he's hurting Alabama. Look, they're going to do something about it now that he's hurting Alabama. So that was the other big win. LSU got it done 32-31 over Alabama in overtime. Big win for Brian Kelly and the Tigers of LSU. Tulane kept winning. They got another win. Michigan is still rolling. Kansas knocked off Oklahoma State. Kansas 6-3. They're going to be in a nice bowl game. Michigan to me is the number 3 team in the country. Number 1, Georgia. Number 2, Ohio State. Number 3, Michigan. Number 4, whoever they want to pick. But Michigan, I hate to say it, it's going to come down to that game in this shoe, end of the year. Can't run, can't hide. Talk that noise that y'all talked last year this time. Don't come up with no COVID outbreak. Don't come up with no excuses. Just show up to the shoe at the end of the year. That's what you do right there. That's what you do right there. Let me tell you exactly what day it gets real. It gets real on November the 26th. It gets real in 3 weeks. They got Nebraska this week. They got Illinois on the 19th, and then they go to the shoot. So we'll see. We'll see. I got to get ready to run. It's been a great Talk Your Team Tuesday. As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it except vote. Get out and vote today. If you have not voted early, you can only vote once. If you have not voted early, get out and vote today. And vote, vote, vote. Stop with the nonsense about your vote doesn't count. Somebody died in your generation, more than likely, for you to have the right to vote. Get out and vote, dog. Get out and vote, sis. Take granny and auntie and them with you. Just get out and vote. All right? All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.